Well, just your evaluations of the Ole Miss game. I know you said you were going to watch the film and look at some of the shot selection. What did you see from that?
Well, I mean, it was reminiscent offensively of our Cincinnati game in many ways, in that we were shot the ball super quick, and we didn't have many possessions at all where we moved the ball 4 or 5 times. And especially when you're on the road, you've got to be real patient when you don't have a good shot. And when you go back and look at that game, we had a 9-point lead twice with the ball, 8 minutes or less on the clock, and we're shooting after no passes and 1 pass, not having an understanding of, that's probably a time when you want to use some clock and make them play defense for longer periods of time before you take a shot. And that's something we've got to learn. We watched the whole film yesterday as a team, which impacted our practice time. In other words, we practiced much shorter than we normally would 2 days out, but I just felt it was really important for us to see it so that we could learn from it.
Well, I know the threes were kind of in and out some in that game. Do you discourage your team from when they're having a poor shooting game from shooting the threes, or do you?
Not when they're wide open. We had a couple really good looks. Tyson had 2 really good looks late. I thought that Q had a good look and Zay had a good look. All late when we were struggling to score. But yet, all those guys have put time in on their shot to where I have confidence it's going to go in when they're open. And fortunately, first half we were 5 for 9 from 3. Second half we didn't make one, 0 for 13. And that obviously was a huge part to the game, not be able to knock down 1 3. Now, of those 13, how many of them were great shots? I mean, I'd have to go back and count those again, but I know the ones I just said, those 4 right there, were all good shots. We just missed them.
All losses are disappointing. It was a little bit harder to put that one in the rearview mirror for some of the guys with being a rival on the road, having a lead late.
Yeah, I can't speak for our players. I just know it was, it really sticks in your craw. Especially when you feel like you have a chance to win. It's one thing, when you lose a game and you've been down the whole game. We had the lead with the ball twice with 8:30 and with less than 8 minutes to go in the game. And, that makes it tougher.
What's Xavier's status with the program at the moment?
The status is not changed. I mean, obviously, I don't have any comment other than to say that we're looking into and gathering more information on the situation that he was involved in.
He'll play at Florida.
That's the plan.
What are you expecting to see from Florida? I know their point guard I think has been sick or whatever, but what are you expecting to see from him?
He'll be playing Wednesday night. I would be willing to bet that that's a very strong possibility. They're really good. He's their best player. Chioza, Memphis kid, played great against us here last year. Is having a phenomenal senior year. But they're very good. I mean, they've got some pieces. Hudson was a kid sat last year, is a very good player. The transfer from Rice, number 4, he's got a foreign name. He's a very good shooter and leading scorer. Hayes is still a formidable inside. Stone is shooting 52% from 3 as their starting 4-man. And they'll play small times. They're a team that's going to play 4 perimeter players most of the time. They'll have Stone and Hayes in there, get some, and they'll start that way, but then they evolve into playing small ball a lot of the time. Ballard's a good player off the Bullard out the bench. I mean, they got good players. Obviously, Javon Allen, really good player, all-league player last year.
Being a different arenas, depth perceptions, especially we haven't done a whole lot this year. Is that a factor at all?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, but it's an interesting arena. It's built kind of straight up, and they're right behind you. We haven't been there since it was remodeled. We played there my first year, and then last year we weren't at Florida, and that's when they went to the remodel. So I'm not sure, what kind of changes were made that will make it feel different or look different.
I know Ole Miss threw that 1-3-1 at you a couple of times during that game. Didn't have a whole lot of success with it. Do you expect to see that a lot moving forward, especially on the scale?
I mean, that's part of their staple. And actually, in the first half, we attacked it pretty good. Got a wide open 3 by Eric in the corner. Had a couple other good shots. And really late, we had a couple good looks against their 3-2. They went to a 3-2 zone. And, I think we got a little tentative when we saw it in the second half, when the game was getting closer. We had, 11-point lead with 10 minutes to go in that game on a layup by Eli Wright. So, we had our opportunities.